They do share their bounties. Even trade so far, so pretty good start here for MG.Trust. Gonna have to watch those side lanes for Execration. It is
See you later, nerds.
just gonna be a Raging Potato with BDZ on Pangolier. That's the dual lane up against Jackie. So we're gonna be walking back Boombell. So it's the PL Oracle dual lane, not the most aggressive. They've got a lot of ways to stop Execration from going too far. Have to be cautious about the damage Raging Potato can pump out. Early levels of that Doppel isn't that short of cooldowns. You're not going to be able to dodge all the spells in this lane.
Will not. This is going to be one of those hard lanes for Jackie for sure. So looking over to that mid lane, Liss and Carl are going to be up against each other. Just getting a slight advantage because he did get that kill onto Carl before the game even started. But Carl is back in there and try to catch his way back up. In terms of last hits right now, he is just slightly ahead. But we kind of talked about this in the drafting phase, where between these two, it should be a passive lane, unlike the top lane, where Raging Potato does end up dying to Jackie.
Yeah, I feel like I cursed that a bit. I said it wouldn't be too active of a lane. They do manage to find kill with the PL Oracle, so you still have to watch your spacing there. Raging Potato, we kind of saw him get the same start yesterday. A bit slower. It was really punished. He's got to watch out. You don't want to be lagging behind as the Venom Lancer, because you really need that early ramp up into the first aura.
True. That last lane and being the bot lane there, you've got Palos and RR up against you on the Tiny, and Masseros will be around on the Nature's Prophet. Masseros play a very, very nice Prophet. Fairly passive lane between these two as well, right? Like, Palos wants to farm, Masseros wants to farm. You know, Q and RR could go at it on the over Tiny, but apart from that, I mean, that's really what's going to happen. You're going to see that toss back. RR going to get body blocked. Overall, he's tanky. Ogre will be under 4 count of range, and he'll be happy as long as Palos Morphling is farming. Still top lane is apparently all the action is. Both Jackie and BDZ get very, very low.
Yeah, a lot of potential. You can't discount the damage that comes out of Venom. You know, they've got level 2, they've got the Plague Wards to just constantly poke at you. Boombell is not going to enjoy just taking away slowly to port. Level 1 wards don't hit too hard to get spacing. And when that support is gone, Jackie is a bit more vulnerable on that PL.
Is to be here Pangolier to try and lane dominance. Gonna make a bit of a pace on Boombell. Won't matter too much. Laid back here for both teams. Nobody too interested in forcing anything apart from maybe Phyllis, who does go into Carl. Can't have the edict on cooldown, so there was nothing to threaten Phyllis's life. He's gonna nut from Carl.
One down.
Q. Actually does end up dying to RR, or rather Q gets the kill onto RR. So the Ogre does eventually apparently end up going down.
Yeah, it took a while because it is tanky Ogre, but you find that kill, you're happy with his off lane. I mean, MG.Trust have a 0-3 lead, so they've found all the kills you could possibly ask for, and they're moving them raging once more.
Then after bait, is he going to cut them off, Jackie? Back around, trying to focus down Boombell, but Jackie will just keep going after raging a little bit longer. Doppel. Start walking back towards the creeps though, down that hot lane. Q getting very, very low on the Tiny, but so is Palos being body blocked up once again by Masseros. But with that strength morph, he will survive. He buys time for RR to be able to chase down Q and get the Tiny kill.
first kill coming out for Execration. Not the biggest one to hit, but saving Palace is really is the big one there. Giving your Morphling time to just survive, gold. It's been a slow one for Palace. 20 to 5 last hits, a bit behind Masaros. He's going to have to farm into the Morbid Mask, look for steady farm at jungle at some point to really get that does mean that Carl has a lot of pressure on him. He's 5 now. He does have a lot of love in the diabolic edict, so once you get a base out, you can really start to mount those towers, and Fearless has to be cautious going that close.
Aral as well jumping to chase down the Ogre again. Looks like he will be okay. Fearless have the bottle up now. The yes. Chains off on Carl again, knowing the edict was down. That he can get close.
Radiant's top tower
lane,
is
Jack.
under
He's
attack.
going to be in a spot of danger, but they're going to focus down Boombill instead. He is just the easier kill in PvP. Just spamming chat wheel as Raging will secure the kill on the Venom.
It's a solid pick-off. Again, just the support. Execration's only found 2 support kills so far, but you'll take what you can get. You want to get the snowball start, especially on Raging. Happy enough for that. At the same time, Jackie's just free to stay alive.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Fearless. That was
Radiant's
not it,
structures are fortified.
Carl just landing a very nice split earth. Fearless maybe assuming he was not going to cop
Radiant's
the
middle
stun.
tower is
Top
under
lane,
attack.
however, Raging Potato does end up dying again on the Venomat.
It's a trade-off. A bigger win for Execration, finding Fearless as punishment. Raging Potato is still a nice pickup for MG.Trust. Still going to be satisfied with that, but you got to be cautious. Like, you can't afford to have the Ember drop off. Want the fast build up into the urn, into the Spirit Vessel to counteract that Morphling and keep him in check.
Bill. Really keeping Jackie very safe on this PL. He's having a decent time considering the lane matchup right now. Speaking of POS 1, so is Palos. He's top of the last hits board at the moment, and that's going to be somewhat of a concern here for MG.Trust as the game goes on. I feel like we haven't seen many successful Morphlings over the last couple of days, so Fearless be okay, just barely.
Spot to be in.
That edict damage is a lot of damage. You can't stand near that.
Oh no, it absolutely melts the Flame Guard as well in no time, so try to watch out. It's around this time when Leshraks are pretty beefy. Once he has the Yules as well, Carl's just going to have an easy way to get pretty much low committal damage out. And again, watch those towers. The moment they're shoved in, edict goes off. You're going to lose your mid-tier 1 fast.
Really swashbuckled through, but he does get a nice avalanche knock on PDC. Oh my god, the Nathan Brown does kill off PDC, who does eventually go down, but now chased by Fearless and Carl. He cannot TP out. He does end up dying, and Fearless is still just chasing and will eventually secure the kill onto RR.
Yeah,
It's a great team fight out for Motivate.
Major wins there for Motivate. They managed to really snag a big one. Carl just slowing down his time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Big enough. And off of that, MG.Trust are the ones shoving up that mid-tier 1 first. They've got Masaros around. This is the power of that NP. You just jump in with the treants and melt towers.
I've always said Masaros is
Giant's
a cool
top
sounding
tower
name.
is under
It
attack.
is.
A lot of TPs mid. Fearless sticking behind for a little bit longer. All running out, but RR won't be able to get it. Now Q goes in for an avalanche toss. There goes BDZ.
Radiant's
Now
middle
TP
tower
out from
is under
Masaros
attack.
right in front of him. And they can't do anything about it. Trust just very, very confident with their own play.
Not a good position for Execration. They do save their mid-tier 1 for a bit longer. It's just about 1 HP above the die rate, which is unfortunate. They are getting space out for Palos. He's number 1 in the network board. And he does have his Morbid Mask along with Power Treads. It's looking pretty good on that morph. But you can see MG.Trust are going around and not finding kills.
Dire's middle
Toss
tower
again
is under
from Q
attack.
onto RR. having anything like raindrops available on the Ogre at the moment.
Radiant's
That will
courier
get
has
bursted
been
very
killed.
easily, and now Fearless will also spot out Raging. He does have the Hood of Defiance up, but Fearless does decide to back off, not wanting to chase too far. There is a rotation in from Palos. He goes for the Avalanche toss onto Boombill and does get a nice pick up
Radiant
for
structures are fortified.
evening those kills out a little bit for Execration.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a decent pickup. You're happy enough to find it on Paulus. You've got to respect the Morph early. Avalanche shots on him is pretty darn scary. The one thing you have to be thankful for
Dire's
is
top
he
tower
doesn't have
is
that
under
much
attack.
more. So he's not going to be able to spam that for too long, but the opportunities are there for Execration. In the meantime, that top lane alone, Carl is just up there and he's ready with the Diabolic Edict. They might look for a tower trade here.
It's very easy. Got the Leshrac to push down these towers. But Fearless is going to be there to defend, so he's not going to allow this to happen. Palos also going to join in. He was getting closer and closer to that now. Carl is going to pop the Diabolic Edict and Pulse Nova, but there's your Fortify. Fearless using that Haze Strewn. He's trying to get in range to get a bit more damage with Palos, and now Nate is going to fly through. Meanwhile, Raging Potato down at the bot lane does die by himself. But Fearless, he's been fire blasted with a down. It will be enough. Another
Radiant's
tip
middle
out
tower
from
is
Carl.
under attack. Top
And they are
tower
really
is
giving it to Fearless.
They're just whipping it onto him with the
Radiant's bottom tower is under
always
attack.
fine in Southeast Asia, but still, MG.Trust, they're trying to get a push going out for themselves now, but they've got the damage out. No defense coming out from Execration, so it
Radiant's
is,
bottom
in the end,
tower has
a
fallen.
one-for-one trade. A slight advantage anyway for MG.Trust, as their mid-tier one is still looking mighty healthy. Execration might have to consider getting a shove down there. If they want to take over that jungle on the opposite side of the map, they're going to have to take the tier one first.
Dire's top
will.
tower is under attack.
Has been tipping a lot. It's not like they're ahead in this game by any stretch. Jackie has been
Radiant
still
are
farming
scanning.
very, very well on the PL. Top of the net worth board and stealing stacks away now from Execration. Don't want to allow him to do this. Raging is showing down. Jackie, he doesn't have anything like a defusal on BFF. Mid lane. He's going to cop the splitter with the full stun from the Fire Blast. And kill going over to Carl.
You gotta be very careful now that you've got the seals on the Lesh. He can just combo for himself. Easy combination. Lots of damage. MG.Trust in this time well though. Again, the Jackie just needs to get the fusel up. That's when the TPLs really start to come online. You're also really close to Fearless finishing up his Spirit Vessel. He's just a recipe off, about 500 gold away. Once you've got that, you can really start to hunt the Morphling. God charges, drop it on. He's not going to be as tanky as he thinks he is.
Absolutely. How's Carl doing? He's going for the BOTs now, the Leshrac, so just wanting a bit more global presence on this Lesh. He's getting pretty close to it. Still not opting to try and go for that mid-tier 1 tower. It just seems they aren't as confident as they're portraying themselves to be right now. It's still a very dangerous kind of idea to try and force that tower in. But it is allowing MG.Trust to farm way too comfortably if they aren't able to take it.
Yeah, I mean, again, that space for Jackie is huge. After that defusal, he's going straight into Hood of Defiance for himself. He's going to be stopping a lot of the damage from Carl, from Raging Potato, and even the main damage from Palos is just going to be diminished once he has his own Hood of Defiance up. So you got to watch out for those times. And there's that Spirit Vessels with a smoke. MG.Trust wants to reveal that in a big way.
They do. Alright, it's not really the target they'd like to go for, but they're going to have to get the kill. Some nice Spirit Vessel charges for yourself anyway, so you'll take what you can get. It's like Fearless working towards the Aghanim Scepter
Dire's
up
middle
next
tower
on
is
the
under
Ember.
attack.
So, again, just a very slow game between these two. No real rush to try and commit to any big team fights. Gonna continue slowly working their way up. Perhaps with that defensive now, you let team get a bit more involved here on the field. But even then, you don't really need. They put it out Raging Potato.
Radiant's middle
Is out
tower
from
is under
Fearless.
attack.
Raging going to try and go for a bit of a run here, but Jackie is going to be within range to charge him. He'll try the TB, but he's not going to pass down. Fearless the one to take the kill on the Ember.
And on top of that, they do manage to buy the time for Masaros to finish up his pipe. So they've got a pipe on the team. They're going to be stopping
Radiant
advantage coming out for the
structures
entire team now. And that will open up more opportunities for MG.Trust to really fight forward if they wanted to. You can see Execration right now playing on the opposite side. They're playing on that jungle in the Dire side. It's just safely farming there. He does have enough gold to finish his Manta. The Morphling is shaping up quite nice. They're still up there in the front.
Nice TP out from
Radiant
Masaros.
are scanning.
Just understanding they will come in
Radiant's
for him. Just
bottom tower
goes down
is
to
under
bot
attack.
lane, I believe.
Dire structures are
There he is.
fortified.
As I was saying before, John, Masaros is such a cool name. I always thought that was a really cool kind of.
Dire's top tower
Sounds like
is
a
under
character
attack.
out of like Final Fantasy or something.
Radiant's
Definitely
bottom
does.
tower
It's a lot
has
cooler than
fallen.
MLP.
Yeah, so taking that top lane, they are going to rotate in to try and get some kills going. Fearless does not
Radiant's
connect with the
bottom
chains.
tower is under attack.
Looks like they are going to have to try and just settle for the Ogre. Unless Jackie didn't see it. Looks like he did not. Fearless, however, just made.
Uproot and after them.
Now definitely does, but bother trying.
Yeah, it's still a bit of a missed opportunity, but they're just dancing around here. 7-12, 1K lead on the side of MG.Trust. This is what happens when you've got these ticking time bomb cores, right? It's the PL versus Morph. They just want to keep farming. They want to blow up once they've got that gold. For that point, they are just waiting all day.
Hate to see it. You walk up that staircase,
Dire's middle
you just
tower
get blown
is
up.
under attack.
Mid lane, however, it is creating space for them to try and get this T1 tower pushed in, but Masaros is going to be out with the pipe. They will protect. Fearless now going to go in onto Ara with the avalanche toss. They get another. Motivate, they are starting to feel very confident with where this game is going.
That they are. They keep holding on to their mid-tier ones, so jungle is safe. Execration's always playing
Radiant's
with that
middle
slight
tower
disadvantage
is
on
under
map
attack.
control. And that has kept their form in check. And we're seeing a bigger divide now between Jackie and Palos. Although there is still a lot more to be gained here for Fearless and Masaros. They definitely all their eggs in one basket. But MG.Trust, they've got the upper hand for now. A lot of planning, a lot of patience from both teams. Just a slow build-up of farm, and you can see the Execration. They're going to try again.
Dire's
Shot,
middle
the
tower
avalanche
has
toss
fallen.
out onto Palos with the fortune follow-up, and now the Spirit Vessel. But he will manta the Vessel off. They do successfully take that Tier 1 mid-tower. Still grouped up here, time of Execration. But it's back to the triangle for them. They are still behind. They need more farm.
Radiant's bottom tower
Go
is
get
under
it.
attack.
It is a bit of down. You can have opportunities to split push with that tier 2 down bot gone. Masaros can keep that constantly shoved in. With the BOTs though on Carl, he can come in to stop that. That is on that lush rack.
Fearless going in onto Ara. Q again going to be there with the Ember toss to finish him off. Fearless actually the one to take the kill on the Ember. He's getting closer and closer to that Axe now. That Ember Spirit. On top of Jackie might be fading more in. Not going to connect there from Carl. He's going to make a run for it, but his team is there to back him up very, very soon. They have the pulse problem to Jackie. So back to Palos. Raging throws the poison over, but it may not matter. There's a lot of damage and control out. There's Carl gone on the left track. BDZ, he's not doing quite enough on the Pangolier. They're going to try and get
Radiant's
Palos
middle
out,
tower
but
is
no,
under
the
attack.
chains is there for Fearless in time, and that's two of your cores gone for the price of an Oracle. And Boombill will taunt them
Radiant's
from the
middle tower
grave.
is under attack.
Oh, it's not a great fight for Execration.
No, they lost the two biggest years they could possibly
Radiant's
lose.
top tower is under
Losing
attack.
your Lush, losing your Morph, a lot of your farms resting on those 2 years, a lot of your damages as well. And Execration gonna have to give up a top tier 1.
Radiant's top
MG.Trust
tower
slowly
has
building up that lead even further. 4K now, 8 to 17, 20 minutes in. Finding a lot of the bounty runes as well. And we need to see some progress here. There needs to be more coming out on Palos.
Close call there for BDZ, almost getting caught by the avalanche of Q while TPing. Be right. Pretty bad for this Radiant side. Now 5k net worth behind. It's already tough enough, right? When you're the Morphling, you've got to fight against the PL, you've got to fight against the Spirit Vessel,
Radiant
Ember,
are
and even the
scanning.
Nature's Prophet. But when you're behind in net worth on top of all that, it starts to feel impossible.
Oh yeah, it's a challenge for sure here. You have to really find a way to just get that safe farm. Like he's saving up for the BKB Palos. That's gonna help him stand in front. But then you start to ask yourself if the damage is going to be enough because of all that magic resist built up. Like Jackie, it's already got his Hood of Defiance on top of the pipe, and they're smoked up here.
Trying to make them in queue. He's almost gone. He has no HP left. He's going to be there to clean him up. Now they also get RR. BDZ rolling around, but the thing is, Potato's going to have to suffer. Jackie's Wrath, he does get a triple kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
MG.Trust just complete domination. What just happened?
A 7k lead, they're on to those tier 2s, and MG.Trust, they're looking good. They've ridden off that early bump that you expect from the
Radiant's
Lush Rack. You
middle
just
tower
never felt
is
that
under
price.
attack.
Like the Lush Rack, but no, it to put the early magic damage. They
Radiant's
just
middle tower has
quickly
fallen.
against take the mid tier 2. There's only one tier 2 tower left outside. MG.Trust, they've got everything they could ask for. I believe they've got the Ags coming out soon for Jackie's, one part away. And once you've got that, this PL is going to be running around a lot more. It's going to be harder to keep him down.
The real question's becoming, John, is the SCA Jackie better than the NA Jackie?
Well, technically, NA Jackie used to be an SEA. So we've got two historic Jackies. And I'd say Jackie wins. Oh, man. Escaping away to the regions. Wow. He's running in time lapse.
There's your Roshan dog. They are around the area, Execration, but it looks like they're going to have no chance of getting in there. You do not want to take this fight right now because Jackie does have a DD route, but Raging Potato, he's been caught out by Q. Masaros in with the Sprout, and Raging is almost certainly just dead. Jackie going to take the long way around because of that tree line. Now BDZ coming back in for a swash. Palos? Recommend showing yourself right now, sir. It's very dangerous out there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But that'll be it. They take the Venom. They might start to pressure that top tier 2 tower. And with that Ags up now on your Ember Spirit, I suppose you could do that confidently.
Oh, yeah. There's...
Dire's courier has been killed. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Look at Madman. Not nice. Masaro's back to full HP. You can't even find that pick off. There was still a TP point for MG.Trust. So they stave off the push in that top tier 2. But you lose Carl once more. This Leshrac pick. And there's a reason why this faded off from Meta Mike. And it's becoming really clear why that's the case.
True. It's not looking great.
Radiant's top
Wrap
tower
around here
is
from
under attack.
MG.Trust back into that mid lane. They are taking their sweet time here. have an 11k net worth lead, but they don't like to take any unnecessary risks. They understand they've basically got the game in the bag as long as they don't throw their bodies away. Of course, Palos now does have his BKB up at least, so he has a bit more survivability, but doesn't really have much damage going on for a Morphling.
Be the biggest issue. Like, he can stand there, he can live. He doesn't have really great morph targets anymore. Like, he can still try for the tiny for avalanche toss, but the magic damage is just not enough.
BDZ, I'm not sure about this, sir. Fortune's End gonna connect. Azeros won't bother trying. Execration, they are still in the game, for sure. Like, it's not anywhere near over yet. What's DotaPlus saying? 91%.
91. Yeah, just 91.
Pretty good. Fearless.
Yeah, that's it.
On to Raging. Nice toss back there from Q. And Raging, he's surviving. He is still alive. In fact, they go back in now with another toss out. Fearless has to remnant out of there. Masaros is getting low, but here comes Jackie. He's the scary one. Or is he? Carl is going to look to fight back with Palos. But go on to Arthurs. That are almost certainly gone. Now Palos losing all his mana. It's like MG.Trust are going to just try and secure a 3 tower as Palos can not stand and fight. But there's illusions, John.
Oh my.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Just
attack.
isn't right.
Burn you. It really isn't right. The mana burn is way too much to deal with. Even Carl's going to have to be very cautious. They have to give that tier 3. The rack's going to melt now.
Oh no. Raging Potato is going to go down. I'm still trying to fight back, but the Diabolic Edict is not enough. Up against the Fates Edict of Boombell, keeping this Tiny alive, and now Carl's gone. Oh, it's just such a bad turn of events here for Execration, but they do at least kill off Masaros. How do you do with Jackie though? He's got the Aegis, and he's just rushing in after BDZ. No way to escape here. Jackie will get one, may lose the Aegis, or maybe not. He'll go for a run now. Waveform through, they do get him. Buybacks are flying out. They do also kill off Q. The clumsy net, maybe Jackie's in trouble. Boombell sticking around. Jackie will have to let him go. Or maybe Jackie's dead. It looks like he just might be. He can't doppel, and he does go down to Palos. That's a triple for this Morphling. That is a lot of gold he just made. And that could potentially be enough to give him a chance back into this game.
Yeah, it's a massive swing. About 2k gold going away of Execration. That lead for MG.Trust is still pretty high. 14k on their end. They throw their bodies against the wall there. They get punished. And Palos, that he can still do a lot of damage. He's going to go for a butterfly next. So he's not going to go for the shot. Just raw right clicks here.
Oh, Raging. Getting caught out in that mid lane. Bit rough there for Raging Potato. Get back at it, MG.Trust. It's like nothing ever happened for them. Gotta wait for Jackie to respawn. But they may just kind of relax a bit now that the Aegis is gone. Perhaps even wait out that Eye of Skadi that Jackie's been trying to work on. It'll make it so, of course, the Morphling's going to have an even tougher time trying to survive through the damage of this PL.
He's going to have it fairly soon. Just one part away. Going to be set up for that relatively quickly. You've got a fresh BKB up here on Fearless. He has 10 charges to play with. He's going to be able to dance in the center, not care about the damage from Carl and from Palos with their shotguns. Able to ride right through that, skip the control as well. And that might be the tools that MG.Trust need to find more fights. They've just needed that spell immunity. They haven't had defensive items beyond some block items for magic damage. Now you've got at least one BKB on Fearless.
You do. I was just trying to work towards a butterfly on this Morphling, which is certainly going to help up against the PL. It's not necessarily going to make you win the game, though, this butterfly pickup. A bit more than that for Palos, but just struggling to find any space to farm in. The toughest part in this game. Masaros gonna TP in. Q doesn't get the toss back. The Sprout could have ruined it for him. Now MG.Trust may have just missed out on a kill, so they're gonna go up top instead. Fearless is gonna be forced to defend that top lane.
And again, that's one power here for Execration. Got great push potential. Carl's always had that with his travels up, jump around the map, force MG.Trust to respond elsewhere, buy some time. That's just the way it goes now. Buy time for Paulus to get big. Hope that the Morphling is going to be big enough. And we saw it in the last fight. Even though he's about 4K behind Jackie, Paulus can still get some work done.
Could. I just kind of wonder what itemization he goes for after this butterfly. Like, what's really going to be the game-changing item here for, never mind that, RR going to go down now. Remnants forward out from Fearless. He wants to go after Carl. They need that Morphling here and now to try and help out. He's not TPing back yet, though, so they'll have to take the team fight by themselves. But Carl, he is going down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They might just keep going.
Radiant's top
Raging
tower is
Potato
under
now being
attack.
caught out by the chains, and he is probably also dead.
Oh no.
Palos just TP back. Does waveform in with the avalanche toss and pops the BKB. Masaros gonna get false promised up. Palos has been left behind now. Could be in a spot of danger. He can't waveform out of there, and he is gonna die back, and that should be GG. I mean, they could try to hold this. You haven't got buybacks. It's going to be minimum 2 racks is going down.
Radiant's top tower is
It's a minute off for your 2 big cores. And Execration, they find themselves 12-32, 21k advantage for MG.Trust.
Radiant's top barracks.
There's that first set of racks gone. On to the next. They might even find all of these racks. These towers these objectives just don't hold out as long as they want them to.
is falling.
Yeah, never mind. It's a triple racks going down. They're going to stick around for one last team fight here, Execration. They can win the team fight, then I guess they keep themselves in the game.
Radiant's middle barracks is
Dota
falling.
Plus sitting at 98% right now, and I assume that's going to go up as this last racks does fall.
No, it's just unfair.
The Dire now have
PDC. It is pretty unfair being up against Mega Creeps, but what happens?
They're holding on. They're not tapping out just yet. MG.Trust, Mega Creeps up. They get to pull back. They've got control on the map. They can take their time now. Farming too well up against those Mega Creeps. They're not worth as much. You can see the build up on Masaros. He's saving up before his side of Vice. So, of course, he's going to have ways of even getting additional control out. This is an issue for Palos. You know, when his BKB is out, he is just so susceptible to being held down. There's a smoke play here from Execration, though.
They know they're in the Roshan here. Problem is the Roshan's going down too quickly.
Speedy rune of haste.
They're still rushing over. But they're about to engage in a team fight. Jackie's got an Aegis, and Q is going to get started with the Tiny, jumping straight into the avalanche and false promise. He's there for Boombell. He'll save the day. BDZ rolling around, but raging. Probably still going to die anyway on that Venomancer. They do kill off Masaros. Now Palos going for another. Does get Boombell. Turning back around, trying to get after Jackie. But Jackie is all over the place, and they've called the GG is there. Palos cannot win by himself. And it'll be a full team wipe to end off this game. MG.Trust, they'll take game 1.
Yeah, they look spectacular here in game number 1. Execration. A few issues there. We're seeing struggles from Raging Potato. His